We have been waiting until the Hurricanes take on the Rangers in New York to unveil our brand new Hurricanes analyst, Roy Cooper, former governor of the great state of North Carolina. Every state is a great state, but it is a great state.
Oh, it's the best in the country.
Because
no doubt.
You were the governor, and I live here now. All right, let's talk about the Rangers tonight.
Yeah.
Is this the matchup that you like beating the opponent the most?
I'd have to say the Capitals. Capitals are
you and I are on the same page there.
But the Rangers, you want to beat the Rangers for sure. And you know that in Lenovo, they have a lot of fans who come, so you want them to be quiet. But tonight, obviously, we're in Madison Square Garden. So that would be – I haven't seen the Canes in Madison Square Garden. I did get a chance to see them in TD Garden in Boston.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, when I was up there. That was a lot of fun, although they got killed. But it was it was a fun game. It was toward the end of the year when we already had our playoff
last year.
Position locked.
Yeah, actually, I actually did research on that game recently because we just played Boston. Didn't go well again, but they lost that game 5-1. That was a non-competitive game. The first time I saw the Canes play in Boston was in the Eastern Conference Finals in 2019. Those didn't go well either.
They did not.
But it's a great venue. It's a really cool building. They also have tons of donuts on Media Row, but we don't need to talk about. I
don't get that. You
don't get donuts.
Look, now that I'm sort of unofficial analyst in media now, maybe I can join and get in the donuts this time.
We don't get that. We get a lot of gummy bears on the on Lenovo at Lenovo Center. But yeah, the dessert spread it was too much. All right, let's get to this particular team real quick, and then I want to get into some other things, like how you became a fan. But we're off to a decent start. But we're spoiled, 7-4, and people are going, well, what's wrong?
Well, I like this team, but what's wrong is when you don't have arguably your top three defensemen who are hurt with Miller and Gostisbehere and of course the great Jacob Slavin. That's a problem. Now Nikishin is stepping up.
Yeah,
he's doing what we had hoped that he would do, and maybe this is giving him an opportunity. But then we've got two key forwards and Carrier and Robinson hurt. So I give him a lot of credit. We had to do that long Western road stretch and did pretty well during that. So I'm not that concerned right now. I think we're in good shape. We obviously had Kochetkov hurt during that time, so we only had our number one goalie, although I do like Bussy, who came in and did a really good job.
Been great.
They're going to keep him on the roster for a little while, I think.
I think they have to, right?
Yeah.
I mean, as the you've already proven to be an astute fan. There's no chance he would clear waivers.
Yeah,
he's playing too well right now.
Too well.
So no chance he clears waivers. There's no chance Kochetkov.
Yeah, because
we've seen him at his best, and at his best, he's legitimately good.
I like people who can be successful later in life. Bussy has played his dues. He's played it, and now here he is, late 20s? And
27, yeah. And he made his,
so
that's sort of late 20s. Well,
I mean,
is that
for hockey
mid-20s
time,
or late 20s?
Whatever.
I don't know, because I'm beyond my late 20s.
Yeah.
Roy Cooper in studio with us, our brand new Hurricanes analyst. So I was glad that you said Washington, too, because where does
that's why I'm running for the United States Senate.
You're what?
Yeah. I'm running for the United States Senate.
Is this breaking news?
This is breaking news.
I was unaware.
But I'm doing this in order to sabotage the Capitals. See, I got the plan all in place. Just so you know that's an undercurrent of what's going on here. So
I understand.
Proceed. But I just needed to bring that up.
We're hoping to put a mole.
I'm ready.
In Washington.
I'm ready.
So the root of, I don't really dislike the Capitals, but it's the team I like to beat the most. When I was a student at the University of Maryland, my buddies and I grew up an Islanders fan, we would go to whatever the local establishment was. In this case, it was the Cellar in College Park, Maryland, and watched Islanders-Capitals playoff games. And we were like three Islanders fans in a sea of Capitals fans, and it was so much fun. And I lost the Islanders over time. I moved here. Lo and behold, we have a hockey team. And, I became a Hurricanes fan immediately. But it's still, beating the Capitals is still my favorite thing in the world.
It is. And, of course, And Ovechkin probably had the greatest player or one of the greatest players ever for a while, and he was a thorn in our side, and I'll never forget him punching out Svechnikov when he dropped the gloves when probably should have reconsidered that.
Certainly thought about it after the fact.
Yeah.
I remember.
But you know, those kinds of things just make that rivalry more intense. And, of course, I've been to Capitals games in Washington, and they have a great scoreboard, and I'm glad we finally matched their scoreboard.
Okay. Do you rate
in the Lenovo?
Are we rating scoreboards?
Yeah, scoreboards are important, and we needed to change scoreboards, and so. But now we've got pucks hitting scoreboards, so you know
more this year than I've ever seen.
I don't know what the deal is.
Are we holding? Are we hanging it lower?
I don't know. Maybe we're just getting under the puck a little more.
How did you become such a fan? Because, I mean, like...
Growing up on the farm ponds of eastern North Carolina.
When you and Phil Ford running around, you were like the original Fire and Ice, weren't you?
When I say that, people look at me quizzically, and I say, it's just a joke. We don't ever... Farm ponds don't freeze up in North Carolina. When the Hurricanes came to North Carolina, I went to the first couple of games. I was hooked. Loved the sport, the strength, the speed, the grace that's involved. It's an extraordinary sport, and I think it's more demanding maybe than any team sport. You know, football players have to wait a whole week before they play. Hockey players can do a back-to-back and take more hits than many football players. So, you know, I had to admire that, and it's a sport that you really need to watch in person and to get used to it. So I went in together with guys. We had season tickets for years. I was there in all of the lean years and was a big fan in empty arenas. But that's what I am. I'm a loyal guy. And when Tom bought the team, he just says, you know, how can we get people to come? I was the governor at the time, and how can we? I said, win.
Yeah,
they will come if you win. And he's put the money in it. And he's constantly trying to improve the team, and he's letting the guys who know hockey do the work. And having a consistently good team is positive for this entire area. It's positive for our economy. It's positive for jobs and excitement. Yeah, we want to get that Stanley Cup, and yeah, we do need to break through at some point here. But I like having and look, future looks really good. We got cap space. I think he's constantly on the lookout to try to improve the team. Nothing but positive here going forward, I think.
Yeah, it's funny. I had the same conversation with Tom Dundon right after he bought the team. And he asked me, how long will it take? I said, normally there's a lag time of, you know, your fans return the next year. I said, but it's not going to take that long here.
Yep.
It took about 5 years of losing to lose the fans. So they're ready. right. We were there.
I know.
Right? But I think they'll come back quickly.
Yeah.
And when we got to February and March, you could see it. They weren't sellouts, but they were all in the 16 range. And then all of a sudden, we hit the playoffs. And I've never heard anything like that. And I still think that the first year was the most intense that I have ever heard that building. Even as Carolina's gotten better and more consistent, in some ways, our fans are getting a little jaded.
Yeah, a little bit. But that's what happens when you win, and you have to expect that when you win. I like the fact that Lenovo was rated the hardest place to play by the other players. I think that's a positive thing.
Yeah.
They talked about how the crowd is sort of closer in and that they're louder and the locker rooms are lousy.
The visiting locker room is terrible.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know? Isn't that what Red Auerbach used to do? Turn off the hot water.
That is true.
Turn down the air conditioning in June. He would do all that stuff.
I talked to Brady Shea last year when he came in for the first time with Nashville, and he came out of the locker room, and I just made some joke about it. He goes, yeah, I mean, I knew it because I had seen it before, but, like, it's really bad. And it feels bad to put a guy like Shea, who's really a hurricane. Yeah. It feels bad when Brett Pesci comes in.
I don't feel bad about it.
I'll let him know. Roy Cooper is in studio with us. So to walk me through the 3 years before this run, 02, 06, 09. Does something stand out about those 3 runs.
Well, the 0-2 one was painful. We knew we weren't as good as the Red Wings.
Right.
We knew we weren't, but we had just an extraordinary defensive team.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget. I shelled out a lot of money, but my family, my girl, all 3 of my daughters loved hockey, and so we brought the family to the famous triple overtime loss. That was tough, particularly when I was. Even good fans, when they're young, are ready to go, Dad. Are
True.
ready to go.
It was a late night.
So that was tough, and you didn't expect to win that, but you thought that if we could pull that one off, miracles can happen. So, but that was fun to have gotten there with the Maurice team, and they weren't as exciting because they weren't big scorers, but it was fun. 06 got to be one of the greatest sporting events I've ever attended. Game 7,
right,
with Edmonton in Raleigh. We never sat down.
No.
Except between periods. Never, ever.
Sitting down in between periods. That's when everybody rested.
We did sit down in between periods, but that's the only time. And I even went to the arena for the away games in Edmonton, hoping that if we pulled it off.
Right.
But, we were up, 3-1? And then
3-1.
We lost the next 2 games and tied it up. So that was an extraordinary time, 2006.
It really was. I'll get to 2009 in a second. But in 2006, as I was also in Edmonton for games 3 and 4, the feeling in the building when they sang "Oh Canada," when like the guy just stops singing and everybody else in the arena sings, I had never experienced that. That's something that when I think about still gives me chills. You can't replicate that anymore.
And you remember they had the young man who was the equipment manager who I think was a special needs kid, but he was just he'd been working.
Okay, yeah.
And they would show him, and he would sing, and you was like, oh my gosh, this place loves hockey.
Oh yeah.
And we're the upstart. I get it, and hockey sort of frowns upon hurricanes and panthers and lightning, and I get all of that. But it's really, really fun thing to do.
Martin Jelena, who was part of that 02 team, lived in Edmonton. And I ran into him.
Wow.
At a restaurant the day of Game 4. And he said, just so you know, I am rooting for you guys tonight.
Wow.
There was something about him being here and I guess being injected with whatever Carolina Hurricane sauce you get injected with. But he was all in with the Canes. We won Game 4, came back here. It didn't go well.
Yeah.
In Game 5, real funny story about that is that I was supposed to go back to Edmonton for Game 6, but I also was supposed to go to Charleston to celebrate my 1-year anniversary with my wife. And when they scored off of a turnover, I realized that I wasn't going to see Game 6 or 7 in person. So and it is what it is. And 09 was kind of fun because they weren't expected.
Yeah.
That was Maurice comes back.
That's right.
It was just it was a crazy time.
It was a crazy time, and I don't have many memories about that. The 06
there must have been a crisis going on.
06 hangover.
You were still the Attorney General at the time.
I was their Attorney General at the time. That's right. 06 hangover, I think. Wanting another one. And that's the big disappointment my 8 years as governor, that we did not win the Stanley Cup, because I had planned to have it in the mansion for a day and drink Sundrop out of it.
Sundrop, that would be
that was the thing that I was going to do.
Sundrop.
And I'm hoping that we can get it done, and that Governor Stein will let me come over and participate in this.
Well, maybe we'll bring it to Washington.
We can bring it to Washington.
Right?
That's right.
If everything works out, maybe we'll bring it to Washington.
Right in front of the Capitol. Right in front of the Capitals.
Try
not to get beat up.
I've so many things.
The gloves might drop. You might see the gloves drop in the Senate if that happens.
So many things I wanted to say that I'm probably not allowed to.
I know.
So how many games do you attend a year now?
So not that. I haven't attended one yet. Now, I've seen every single one.
We haven't been here much.
Some of them after midnight on my iPad in the backseat of a car. But I look forward to going to some games really soon. And back in the day when I had season tickets, I went to many of the home games. But I think as governor, probably I went to 10 games, maybe something like that.
Total?
Total. Yeah. I wanted to do more, but
Right.
you just got a tough job that you got to do.
Yeah.
And this campaign is keeping me very busy. But I'm always watching and always ready to go and drop a hat if it works.
Do you have a jersey?
Oh yeah.
Who's on the back of it?
Me.
Oh, you can't. That's right. You,
and
you
it's
got your own name.
and it's number 75.
Oh, look
I,
at that.
I was the 75th governor. So
Well, we
there you
don't. The Hurricanes don't have a number 75. I don't believe they've ever had a number
go.
75.
I didn't know that. So I still
trying
a
to
shot for
remember.
me.
You know what? Enough injuries.
Yeah,
Can
no,
you
there
skate?
are not enough injuries that
Oh,
can
man.
occur to get me out on the ice. Basketball court, maybe.
Is it-
Ice, no.
All right. Well, I'm going to get to basketball here in a second.
Okay.
Is it a red Hurricanes jersey or is it a black?
It's a black one.
Okay, so you
It's
have,
a black. It's
all
the
right.
black with the flag.
Nice.
I could have worn it today. I probably should have.
No,
but
it's
I
fine.
didn't.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't actually. I don't own a jersey.
Yep.
Let me ask you about how it ranks with UNC basketball.
Well, they're two different things. Obviously, being a double Tar Heel undergrad and law school,
And all your kids, all your daughters went there.
All my daughters went there. I'm a big Carolina fan, so I will go to the Kansas game on Friday night.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to doing that. College basketball has just what a shocking change. It's almost like you can't plan for the future anymore.
No.
It's a
College
year,
sports
It's
is
a
different.
year-to-year thing.
Yeah.
Come up and ask a Carolina fan, name me a player who played last year who's on the team this year. And once you get past Seth Trimble, it's really hard.
Right.
James Brown is there, but I mean, it's a completely new team.
Yeah.
And Caleb Wilson is the real deal. And this is going to be an exciting team, I think. But you got to think about the fact that it's probably going to be there for 1 year, and then you got to work on the next year. So that's really different. Not sure that I love it, that things change every single year as much as it's going to change, but it has to happen in order to be successful, I think.
Yeah, it's. I think that we'll get to a time it'll kind of settle in, and we'll see a little bit more normalcy. But it's still, it's going to be very transient. This is the first time in a long time we're going into the season. Carolina should be good.
Yeah.
Duke should be good. And State should be
NC
good.
State is making a lot of noise.
Yeah.
And,
They looked
and
good last night. I caught a little bit of it.
I think Vanell and Lubin going over there is going to have fun when he comes
15
back
and
to Chapel Hill. That'll those kinds of rivalries, and Wade Wilson, he likes to talk, and so that's going to be fun. I think that's very healthy to have those kinds of rivalries.
I know you're just the former governor.
And I just that, like, when I was a kid, I was like pulling so hard for NC State when David Thompson won the national championship, and when Valvano's team, that pass assist from Derek Wittenberg in '83.
He'll tell you. He'll tell you it was a pass.
All of that,
He smiles when he says it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So it's those are fun, and it's fun to see our North Carolina team succeed out there.
Why aren't they playing twice?
Well, see, it's just all the new college basketball rules. They should be playing twice.
Yeah, every year.
Absolutely should be playing.
We don't
and
care
when I
about
was in
playing
school,
Cal.
When I was in school, that was North Carolina's rivalry.
Right.
Was NC State at the time. Not as much Duke as it was NC State.
That's what Jimmy Black told me.
And it's true.
Jimmy Black told me this 20 years ago.
NC State won the national championship the year after North Carolina won it. In 82, 83.
And where was Duke? They were.
Oh boy!
Well, they were just about to hire Mike Krzyzewski.
They were,
and now
they were indeed.
That worked out pretty well. I know a couple of very quick things, then we'll let you go.
Okay.
Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Are we going to get it?
So look, I talked to Tom Dundon last week, and he's got a lot going on.
Yes, he does.
Trying to make the Hurricanes better. Bought the Portland Trailblazers.
He's got to get a coach.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to get a coach there,
right? But he's still very focused and ready for Major League Baseball in Raleigh, and I'm excited about it. I think we have a good shot. I think there is a lot of bipartisan, cohesive local,
We
state,
love baseball.
federal support for this. It is the sport we don't have that we need for our state. Charlotte would be a great place too, but I think they are just not quite ready to go all in like Raleigh is right now. And so I think it's a great fit, and I'm excited. Let's just keep up the hope, and we need to keep up the strong economic showing and the strong support across the way from the business community and everywhere else, because you got to be ready to sell tickets.
Right.
That's the big challenge about
corporate support.
Major League Baseball, 162 games. That's serious serious money that you got to shell out for tickets.
No doubt about it. And it is, I think it does come down to corporate support.
Yeah.
Roy Cooper, are we gonna we'll be okay tonight in Madison Square Garden, you think?
I think we're ready to win some games now. I'm ready for the injured guys to get back
soon,
but
I think.
I hope some of them soon, some of them not so soon. But he's going to shuffle the lines tonight.
He did.
Yeah. So when you have Ehlers and Svechnikov, neither one having scored a 5-on-5 goal, I think it's time to shake things up a little bit. So
I was surprised it took this long.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Lines in a blender. Roy Cooper.
Adam Gold, more than 2 decades of bringing sports to people in the Triangle and beyond. Congratulations, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming in.
Good work. Yeah.